don't go away. Does that last 15 minutes what you said last week?
Well, it was the sublime to the ridiculous again, wasn't it, really? The complete role reversal of last week. First half performance, not too great last week. This week I thought it was outstanding. It was as good as it gets. But second half was good last week, and this one, I think we've made enough mistakes to lose 3 games in that second half. But you just know when you hang on in there that there's always going to be a chance with this team because of the guts, the bravery that they've got, and they showed that in spades.
Even before the drop goal, can you talk to us about the composure shown to exit out and get into that position?
Well, well, you know, let's go through it. He kicked a ball out on the full on a crossfield kick to get his composure back, and then we play the play. Stu McCluskey does unbelievably well. We take the space, and to roll the ball in there and to tackle someone in touch is great play to put pressure of where it's needed to be at the end of a test match like that. And but you still need guts. He had the guts in the first place to do the first drop goal, and then I thought it was immense how he had the courage to take it early. So fair play to him.
And Caelan, can you just talk us through everything from, I suppose, the line-out call right through to the moment you saw the ball going between the posts?
Yeah, well, the second half felt like a bit of a shit show at times, that first 20 in particular. I was sitting on the sideline watching something unfold, not being able to influence it, and it was sort of felt like suffocating at times, penalty after penalty. We got it back on track a little bit. Farrell, in fairness to him, massive credit. The first one, thought the ball was going to me, I see it going in behind to him, he slots it. And then the composure he had, like Faz said, first of all going for the crossfield which didn't come off, and then he kicks it again. I'm thinking, what are you doing kicking the ball away? Perfectly weighted kick, we tackle him into touch. And just the composure he had throughout and the confidence to go for that last kick. Yeah, credit to him, I thought it was class.
Caelan, you told us yesterday that Andy kind of put it up to you guys a bit during the week in terms of standing up for each other. How proud are you of the way you delivered physically in terms of just the physical commitment, the scrap?
I think the first half was right up there. Some of the collisions that went in were up there with the best we've had in the past. I think it's always a pretty physical encounter. Last week wasn't quite there, but you look back to the World Cup and previous encounters, it's right up there, and we showed that in the first half. I think South Africa showed their class in that first 20 of the second half, and it was a little bit back and forth in the last 20, but obviously delighted with the result.
Andy?
Well, he epitomised it. He had a magnificent game. He was outstanding throughout, like he was last week, and he's in great form. But we asked the lads, you know, when there's a brick wall in front of you, it shows your character, how hard you carry when there's not much that's on for you. He ran so hard on one of the collisions and got absolutely smashed, and got up and went again and again and again, and that's proper leadership. So when your captain's doing that, others tend to follow.
Can you talk about some of the kids as well, like Jamie Osborne?
Well, I just said to him in the change rooms there, and also to Sam and Izzy as well, you know, the experience that they've had. But we let Jamie down last week, and we certainly owed him one, but it was the opposite actually. He pulled it out of the bag for us really. He was an unbelievable performance from that young fella.
And you've been involved in some great Irish victories as an assistant and as a head coach, and I think it's your 50th night at Ireland Games Ireland Coach tonight.
I don't know the relevance in that, like, you know, because like 50. Definitely won't. Definitely won't. And it's not a milestone, and I don't get the relevance. But he keeps saying.
I didn't tell.
Yeah. It's irrelevant.
But in terms of everything you've been involved in, where does that rank?
As far as drama and the pressure that we put on ourselves to perform, it's right up there, because they're a wonderful team. They're a magnificent team. Last week was difficult for us because we said it as it was, and we weren't happy. So we had to come out and perform. And you know, when you have those conversations, you're talking about character. So for that to come through, and it certainly wasn't perfect. He was ridiculous at times. First half was brilliant, but he was ridiculous in the second half for all sorts of reasons. But the character that we showed, that's what sport's all about, really.
Andy, just to jump back in, is there any unofficial way yourselves in the box can decide this series behind the scenes and our
No, we've got a function now, so I'm looking forward to that because you guys keep telling us it's been a long haul season, 13-month season for these guys, but you wouldn't think it, would you? And if we'd have lost today, there'd been no excuses at all, really, because when you play for Ireland, they're all proper test matches, you know, so there's no excuses. So we'll enjoy being here with South Africa because the tussles have been immense.
So last 3 questions, this gentleman, sorry, that lady, and then Murray, okay? No, sorry, this gentleman first, thank you.
And when you surprised how malfunctioned the Springbok was, I mean, Lannard, Maul, and also the trying, it wasn't working for them. Were you surprised by that? I mean,
Not really, no, because there's two good sides going at it. I mean, you know, our set piece was pretty good at times, and then in the second half we gave away some possession ourselves. But that's what happens at the top level. Two good sides going at it, and how we found a way was the main point.
Sorry, I don't know your name, big pardon.
Oh, me, that's fine. Sorry, Andy, I'm not sure the gentleman on that side if he was asking the same question that I wanted to ask with your response, but if I may, what do you think this will now sort of contribute to the who's the best conversation in the world conversation?
Oh, no. I actually don't care. The two good sides, and you wouldn't want to separate them. It is what it is, and you can join a couple of other, even more, you know, 2 or 3 or 4 more countries into that, because I actually think World Rugby's in a good state because of that type of competition. Long may it continue.
Last question, Murray.
And who's getting credit for the goal line restart plays, or where did they come from?
Paul actually comes up with them.
Okay.
Yeah, Paul comes up with them. We refine them and go through the detail and work out on them together.